I'm Jerry Hall, and welcome to episode 7 of Science at Home with Mr. Hall. So what you're looking at on my floor is a rainbow that I've created through my back window from sunlight with this tool here, which is called a prism. Now prisms are made of glass or plastic, and they're shaped like this, and light goes in, and it breaks white light up into its separate colors. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Let me introduce you to my lab partner and my neighbor. This is Brandon. Say hi.
Hi.
Brandon, what grade are you in?
Kindergarten.
And where do you go to school?
Grace Miller.
And who's your teacher?
Miss Bowers.
Miss Bowers. Okay. So, Brandon, are you willing to help me with some to make a project today? Awesome. So, white light, which is the light we see, comes from where? Where's light come from?
Sun.
The sun. Okay. Now, if we're inside, we can get light from where? Light bulbs and flashlights, stuff like that, candles. So most of the light that we get on Earth comes from the sun. But it comes off and it appears white. But what's really happening is that light is giving us our color as well. So the light coming from the sun or from anywhere else is part of a broader thing called the electromagnetic spectrum. And the electromagnetic spectrum is very long, and it starts with one end where there's long radio waves, and then you've got heat and microwaves and X-rays and gamma rays and cosmic rays and stuff like that. And there's a tiny little part in the middle. It's the only thing that our eyes can see, and that's called visible light. So visible light starts here with red, and then orange, yellow, green, blue, and violet or purple. Would you boo? So before red, you can't see it. The waves are too long for the human eye to see, and they're called infrared waves. And we call infrared heat. If you get over here past violet, those are called ultraviolet. We can't see those either, but they do give you a sunburn. So knowing all that, what's white and what's black? Well, white is not a color at all. White is reflecting all of the colors back. So when white light hits this sheet, it reflects back and appears white. Black is soaking in all the colors. So when white light hits a black surface, it soaks it all in. So my shirt is soaking in all the colors, but it's reflecting yellow. So you see yellow. So my shirt is really every color but yellow. Isn't that weird? Brandon's shirt is soaking in light blue and dark blue. It's soaking in, oh, look at that. You've got all kinds of colors.
Yeah.
Brandon's shirt is absorbing all the colors, but it's sending back blue here, his jacket. And then each one of these is bouncing back a different color. So this part here on Chase is bouncing back blue. And over here, what's the fire dog's name?
Marshall.
Marshall's sending back yellow and red and absorbing everything else. Okay, and Rubble's sending back yellow. And then these trees are bouncing back, where they're reflecting green and absorbing everything else. So we're going to do something. They are. So your pants are absorbing all the colors. So they appear black. So we're going to prove that today, because in science we have to prove things. So for this experiment, you're going to need water, some coffee filters, doesn't matter what size, some rubber bands, and some cups. And you also need these things, which could be called fuzzy sticks or pipe cleaners, or in the craft world apparently they're called chenilles. So you'll need these as well. What we're going to do is, you and I are both, the kind of markers we need for this have to be water soluble. So at school I use vis-a-vis markers, which are wet erase markers, but you know what? Just regular old washable markers work just fine for this. So get a washable Crayola marker, any kind of marker that's washable, water soluble. Permanent water markers will not work for this, because permanent ink won't be moved by water. So we're going to draw some circles. So draw a little, right in the middle here, a circle of little dots. So don't make your dots too tiny, because you do want the ink to be there. So any age group can do this, and it doesn't matter how, it doesn't have to be all that artistic, because it'll still prove the point. So while he's drawing, I'm going to go ahead and get a cup. I'm going to put mine on this cup. And I want to make it like a drum head. So I'll take a rubber band that goes on the cup like this. And I want to make sure that it's pretty tight, like a drum head, and that the circles are kind of in the middle. Okay? So Brandon, you ready for me to do that for your cup as well?
Yep.
Alright, looks good. So I'm going to put this on here. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Remember, the dots are not the artistic part of this. Alright. So Brandon, we're each going to take one of these eyedroppers, and I'm going to fill them with water, and we're going to slowly drop water right in the middle of our circle. So slowly. It takes patience. You got to watch what's going to happen. So water molecules spread out through this coffee filter, and they grab the ink, and they take the ink with it. And if you do it slow enough, it spreads out. So remember, the point of this is we're trying to prove that the color black is really just all the other colors together. So it takes a few minutes. Just be patient. Don't squirt too much. Let that absorb for a minute. So it spreads out, and if you do it slow enough, it'll spread out around the same rate. And about the time that it gets to the edge of the cup, we'll take it off. Now, in the interest of time, I've got a few that I've already prepared. Now, coffee filters will dry out really easily. You just sit them there and they dry out. Give them like 10 minutes or so. And it doesn't look all that impressive when we started, but when they're done, you can see all the different colors of the spectrum are in this flower. So the reason I said it's a flower is, well, when you're done, carefully cut it out around where the ink is. Now, you can cut whatever kind of petal pattern that you want, but in the interest of time, I'll just cut it quickly. And now you have a flower. Now, for a stem, see, this is all dry now. You're going to take one of these pipe cleaners or fuzzy sticks, and you're going to stick it through the center a little bit and fold it over the top and the bottom. So then it sticks on there. And then I like to take my thumb and just go like this. So now I've got a flower. So that's what Brandy's is going to look like when it's done. But I will tell you right now, there are no two that look alike at all. So you can be as artistic as you want with these. You can cut petals. You can make some that have a couple different layers, like this one here. And they will come out as unique and individual as you are. So just to review, what color is our surfaces reflecting back a certain color from white light. White light is red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and violet. And whatever color we see is what's being reflected. So black is absorbing all the colors, and we can prove that with black ink by letting it separate when we make these flowers. So when these are done, we just kind of take them off like this and just let them dry out a little bit. Okay? And then we can finish making these. So thank you for joining me. Please post your pictures and videos. Please subscribe, hit that subscribe bell, and please forward this to anybody you think could use it. And thank you, Brandon, for your help today. I appreciate that. Let's do an elbow bump. There we go. And until next time, science is all around us.